I have been to Triple X. It was for breakfast, though. So the peanut butter burger does not sound appealing, but I'll definitely try it. I've heard a lot of things about it. But there are definitely some great food joints in West Lafayette. Yeah, kudos to Coach Rowe and our strength staff. Devin Mockabee looks like a different player. He has transformed his body. Obviously, he's got talent and skill set to have success in this conference. That's proven. We're excited about his growth and his maturation with the scheme and with his ability to run the football and break tackles. Obviously, he can be a huge asset for us on the ground. Yeah, so that's a great question. Obviously, they had a lot of success a year ago, lost a lot of production from last season. So it was awesome for us to go through the winter workouts and spring ball to evaluate who we have on the roster and where we needed to go attack the transfer portal. And so we had guys that stepped up that were currently on the roster that we feel really good about being able to fill those production numbers. And we've also attacked the transfer portal and gained guys to our locker room now that have had some experience and played at a high level in collegiate football that we feel really good about heading into the season. Yeah, when I first arrived, my message to them was that I need to learn what it's like to be a Purdue Boilermaker. They've obviously had success at Purdue. They played in the Big Ten championship game a year ago. So it was my job to get to know them and to build trust with them. And in turn, I think they recognize the authenticity. They recognize the genuine approach. And as a result, they've embraced us and have done everything that we've asked them to do with maximum effort. Hopefully that it's a huge advantage. That was the goal. That's the plan. Obviously, we're gonna air it out and be creative in the run game on offense, and we'll be aggressive and strategic, and try to create chaos for the quarterback on defense, to try to eliminate explosive plays and keep points off the board. Hopefully that'll be a formula for winning football. Yeah, I mean, in-state. I think the blueprint for success in any program, you got to take care of your home state. That is the makeup, the general core of the locker room. That those guys will take pride in being from their home state and playing in front of their home crowd. So that's definitely priority number one. And so that was our main operative when we hit the recruiting trail, is to take care of our home state first and then venture out to our footprint and where we have connections to fill our roster that way as well. Yeah, Nick loves ball. Like, he eats, breathes, sleeps football. And the way he practices is hopefully going to be the way he plays. Obviously going against him and then watching his production and his profile tape when I arrived at Purdue, you saw flashes and you saw the skill set. But I think what we do defensively sort of heightens what he's good at, and it will showcase what he's able to do from an athletic standpoint, and really allow him to flourish as a defensive player and hopefully a dominant one in this conference. I've been in constant communication with the administration, who's been in constant communication with construction. All is going according to plan right now, so there is no plan B for the Tiller Tunnel. I think the only thing that won't be ready by game one is the elevator in the south end zone, and they haven't had an elevator there in 100 years, so we'll be just fine without the elevator. But we're looking forward to the experience and starting a new era with new toys in Ross-Ade. You got to be creative and game plan and be specific and intentional with when you're aggressive, when you're conservative, and really you got to put your roster in the best possible positions to have success. And I think a large part of that is evaluating your roster and adapting and changing as a coach to who you have in the locker room. It's not the players' job to adapt to us. It's our job to adapt to them and give them tools to be in positions to make plays on game day. Yeah, Graham has been awesome. I knew, being a defensive coach and having my background the way it is, and the history that Purdue has had offensively, I knew it was important for me to hire a offensive coordinator that would be able to attract quarterbacks and offensive skill guys. And so Graham was a no-brainer. He's been a home run thus far. Obviously, we haven't played a down of competitive football, but I've been really impressed with his approach to teaching and to motivating and holding everybody accountable on the offensive side. We've got great rapport. I played against him when I was in college. He won't like to hear this, but I did intercept him twice in one game. Won both those competitions, by the way. We're competitive at Purdue. But, we've developed a great chemistry and rapport. We work out together all the time, every day. And He and Kane have had good back and forth, going through spring ball. Yeah, that was definitely a concern when we figured out how many pieces we would have to add post spring ball. And so the thing that I think we did a good job of was finding the right type of guys that not only have the right requirements from an athletic skill set point, but the right type of people. And so I think when you've got a locker room that might not have a lot of experience together, but they have a common ground in that they love football for football. We got a bunch of guys that love the game for the game. It's not for Instagram followers or Twitter likes. They love the game for the game. And so when you have that common ground, you can organically develop chemistry and have real relationships. That is shown throughout the spring and through summer workouts. And I'm excited to see what that looks like when we face adversity come this fall.